Alright, hello, I'm in the dark. I'm currently doing some laundry. Um, I guess it's similar to the audio experience, but yeah. Last night, I was thinking about changing up the way I do my reviews, because just like regurgitating the information is pretty bland, and I don't know, I can't speak that passionately about things that aren't coming directly from my mind. So I'm gonna try to I need to fix the way that I'm speaking. I think speaking very monotonous, and I think that's normally how I speak, but I can use some work. I don't know how to seem excited for this, but last night's chapter, which is chapter 3, it talked about faith and how faith can produce miracles. And it wasn't getting religious, but it went to, or it referenced the life of Jesus, and how Jesus was able to do many miracles, and like all the great things that they teach of what Jesus did in his lifetime was by the power of his faith. That, like, the saying, like, God commanded something to do something and it did it. And so like parting the sea, all that, it's by the power of faith. And like, if you think about it, how much faith do we... Is this guy really gonna freaking put me on the spot right now, though? Jeez. How much faith do we actually have in, like, the things that we set our minds to? It's talking... The chapter talked about how the mind has auto-suggestions, which are things like, if something bad happens to you multiple times in your life, you're like, or if you seem to have like a streak of bad luck, and you're like, oh, my family's cursed with it, and stuff like that. That's like an auto suggestion. Like, you may not actually have bad luck, but because things have happened so many times in your life, you think, oh, these things are just happening because I have bad luck in my family, so that's just how it goes. That's how life goes. But if you have faith, what this thing is saying, that if you have faith, and you can switch those auto suggestions into something not that. And so this book talks about, or this chapter talks about how auto suggestions lead people to suicide, and how the power of faith can be so strong. And the power of faith leads to these auto suggestions that are fooling your subconscious mind. And so people who have experienced success, great successes, their subconscious mind is always like, don't give up, I can do it. And people who have given up, their auto suggestions are always, oh, maybe I can't, or I can't do this. The chapter says that the subconscious mind takes into account everything that happens in your mind. Like, even if you're saying, oh, I can do this, and I will accomplish my goal by doing this. If you have any doubt in your mind, the subconscious mind will take that into account, and the positive may be like this big, but the doubt in your mind will cut it down. And that subconscious, every single time that little section of your mind is thinking that and poisoning your mind. And so the people who are able to achieve the success are the people who have no doubt. And no doubt is faith. Faith that you can do what you're setting out to do, your desire. And so, yeah, I think that's what I wanted to share. I can kind of cut it now. But let me see how I can apply that to my life. I've been really inspired. Maybe motivated, I can even say. Just every time I think about the book and what could possibly come from reading this book. Every time like I think about the book, I just think of my goal, 30.1 million. I think of 30.1 million, and right now I'm going to talk about the struggle, I guess. Is it a struggle? It's just something that I'm going through right now. That I don't really know how I'm going to achieve 30.1 million. It seems ridiculous. It is quite a ridiculous number. Maybe that's me doubting, and I don't know if that's healthy for this kind of way of thinking. If I want 30.1 million, but I don't know how to achieve it, that's just me being realistic, but is it being negative to my positive thinking? And that's what I'm kind of worried about. And I'm looking for help right now. I'm not sure how to find other people who have gone through the book, who have possibly been in the same situation that I'm in. But right now, the thing I'm trying to understand is, how do I get 30.1 million from where I'm at now? Like, I'm guessing that people who are reading this book were in some sort of place where they had some room to advance or branch forward. I'm not sure how I can do that in my life, but I will search for it and try to find that. But some things that I'm playing around with in my mind are some things that I've been interested in recently are the crypto space. So cryptocurrency, and also things built on crypto like NFTs. Aside from that, stocks are something I do every single day. And I was thinking that may be the thing that I'm going to use. Because 30 million through compound gains, I believe that's very possible. 30 million. I'm going to write it down. Actually, because it says to write down a detailed plan, so I'm going to write that down. 30 million in 1.3 years, 474 days from now. And then also real estate. I've been looking into real estate a lot, and I've been trying to figure out how I can get into real estate in my current situation. And so I believe that with the proper thinking, the drive, if you have the drive to figure out how to know where to go, anything can be done. So I believe that real estate is a possible avenue for me. Was there a fourth? I'm not sure. So maybe those are the top three things I have: cryptocurrency and the flipping of whatever it may be, the currency itself or the NFTs. What is the other thing? Trading stocks. I'm already like about 1.5 years into it now. I know it pretty well, but I know that I have some room for improvement. So I'm actually really motivated now that I think about it, because I'm really interested in trading stocks. And before I read this book or started reading this book, I had aspirations to become like one of the best traders in Hawaii. And so I think that may be the top, and I think that may be the one. So I may use the profits from that to fund real estate, and I feel like real estate and assets may be the way to my future goal of 1.3 million. 30.1 million in 1.3 years. I believe that's super possible. I'm guessing the road for me will be, and this is why I need to write it down, so that I don't have to guess. I know exactly the plan, because that's also something they talk about in the 3rd chapter, is that Charles Schwab, which is one of the bigger brokerages for trading stocks, Charles Schwab was in Pittsburgh, part of a big steel company, and basically he became the steel man. And it was kind of funny because I learned about how the Pittsburgh Steelers got their name is because Pittsburgh was the home of this Renaissance. I don't know. Was like the birth of the American Steel Company. And so Charles Schwab, he had the idea to, I guess, reinvent the way steel happens in America, and he was able to get better margins. And so he talked to the biggest investors in the United States, which included J.P. Morgan and a couple other big, basically funds. So if you're able to get these people, they can make any dream come true. And so he pitched this, and they said, the people warned him that pitching that idea to these people would be, it wouldn't be successful, because they don't want to hear anything. Like they would be non-receptive to people pitching random ideas. But he did anyways, and he had the conviction, the faith, and the plan written out. So it ended up being a successful pitch, and he revolutionized the steel industry. And so back to me, I just need to write my plan detailed, and stop guessing, because it's only just now did I figure that out, that I want to do stocks and real estate. Holy crap, I just figured it out. So stocks, and then I guess I can do crypto on the side, like small kind, when the stock market isn't open. And then real estate. Real estate, I understand, can make a pretty good amount of money. And I feel like I can make maybe like 20 grand. I'd say at least 10 grand a pop. So 10 grand, 10 grand times 10 is 100,000. 10 grand times 100 is a million. So 10 times 100, 10 times 3,000? What the? 10 times 100 is a million. 10 times 100 is a million. What? How the heck do you get that number? 10 times 200 is 2 million. Oh my gosh. 10 times 3,000. So I need 3,000 real estate deals. 3,000 real estate deals. I believe people are making closing 8 deals a month. And that's if you hustle. And I mean, if I have to hustle to make this dream come true, 30.1 mil. Shit, I can make it happen, bro. And I know that I want 30 mil cash. I don't want 30 mil. Ooh, 30 mil in assets. I mean, that's also pretty great too. But I want 30 mil hard, you know? I don't want no freaking... I want to see the 30 mil at the end of this journey. And I think that would be super... super awesome. 30 mil at the end of this journey. I don't even know what that's going to look like. I believe 10,000 is about this much. 10,000 is about this much. And then 100,000 would be about this much. And 10 of those will be about this much. So this would be a million. 10, 100 million. Oh my gosh. 30 million is gonna look like this whole freaking car. And that's $100 bills. Holy smokes. That's what I want. I want a whole car worth of money. $100 bills. Stacked, packed. How do I actually envision holding the money in the end? I always want a lot of money, man. 30.1. That number, I hope, might even get a tattoo of it at the end of my life. Or end of my life. At the end of the journey. At the end of the current journey. Which will then start another journey. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I think that's it. And that's a pretty good idea. I think that's how I want this third episode to go. Rather than just regurgitating the information from the story itself. Yeah, I'm proud about what happened here, okay? So I'm gonna read the 4th chapter tonight. I also started reading this other book, but I don't know if I can comprehend 2 books at one time. I don't want them to overlap, and I want to make sure that I have full undivided attention to the one book that I'm reading. And I'm also, I'm listening to the audiobook throughout the day to make sure that whatever I read is getting pounded into my head. So yeah, 16 minutes. I'm proud of that. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace, brother.